Hey guys, today we have the 2013 German Grand Prix. Let's get into it. We're fast approaching the half-season distance, and Mark Webber has a 50-point lead at the top. Hamilton not scoring points again in Canada and in Great Britain. Did he score points in Great Britain? I can't remember. I don't think he did. No, I think he retired. He's in second place, tied with Kimi Räikkönen now. Of course, I did not score any points at my home Grand Prix. I'm down in 18th place. In the Constructors' Championship, Marussia are 3 points behind Williams. Whereas at the top of the table, it's very close between Red Bull and Mercedes. You'll be excited to know, potentially, that we have rain on the race day here at the Nurburgring. Let's jump straight in to qualifying.
You're leaving a lot of time.
P19. Let's go, baby. The grand return of P19 Simulator in qualifying. It was just a straightforward session. I got the lap in towards the end, and I am 19th ahead of Bianchi, Peak, Van der Garde. Esteban Gutierrez and Valtteri Bottas also out in that session, and Rosberg tops Q1. It says it's going to rain for the whole race, 100% rain, and we're on the intermediate tyres, which is not good because in Spain we were very slow on the inters. Maybe it'll be different here, I don't know. 18th or above is the objective. Hamilton on pole. That is surprising. Lewis Hamilton starts on pole position ahead of Vettel and Rosberg, the two Germans, at their home Grand Prix. Alonso in 4th. Then it's Räikkönen. Championship leader Mark Webber 6th. Button, Hülkenberg in the top 10. Grosjean and Perez on row 5. And then we have Daniel Ricciardo, Paul di Resta, Verne, Suttil, Felipe Massa all the way down in 15th ahead of Maldonado. And we know the rest of the drivers down there. So I think there's about 60 laps. Yeah, 60 lap race. If it stays into conditions, it'll be a straight two-stop, pitting on lap 20 and lap 40, going to the end. That is very straightforward, the strategy. Maybe the race won't be as straightforward. I'm hoping for some action. I'm hoping for some pace to come from somewhere. I'm hoping for some crashes. Let's find out. Well, there's only one more thing to do, and that's go racing. The 2013 German Grand Prix is next. Going to see if short shifting to second gear helps in these conditions. It doesn't look that wet, but the lights are on, and we are underway for the German Grand Prix, and that has not helped at all. That's made the start even worse. There's still wheel spin as well, and I'm down to last place as we hurdle on down towards turn 1. Take it nice and easy here. It's a very tight first corner, and I was expected to see more action here. The bollard's gone. I repeat, the bollard has gone. Somebody's knocked that over. I think it was Van der Garde. Around turn 2 we go here. Trying to gain at least a few places. I'm up to 20th. Not sure who's down to last place. That was Gutierrez. As I've hit my teammate Bianchi. Little love tap on the rear there. No damage done. There's XT. Oh, somebody's around. That's Hülkenberg. Hülkenberg spun around at his home Grand Prix. Bottling it again. That's like real life Hülkenberg rather than F1 2013 Hülkenberg. So maybe to the inside here of the Toro Rosso. Yeah, we're going to make that move. 16th place and 15th for my teammate Bianchi. That's a great start for Marussia. We're ahead of Bottas as well. That's good. I don't know where Maldonado is. Maybe Maldonado... Oh, I see him up ahead. He's in 14th place. I'm feeling pretty quick right now. Got a run here on my teammate Bianchi. To the inside we go. Oh, that is... Oh, yeah, a bit loose, but we got the position. Up to 15th. It's been a fantastic lap 1. Maldonado so slow through that chicane. But there's no room to overtake there. So I remain behind the Venezuelan. As we're about to start lap 2. I think I need to wait a few laps to see whether we do actually have pace or not. You know, sometimes it's misleading on lap 1. Hamilton has held on to the lead though at the start. There's a traffic jam up ahead. I think somebody's missing a front wing. Any even slight chance we get to make overtakes, I'm going to take them. Because... I don't know, maybe we will be slow for the rest of the race, so I want to try and make up the ground now. Towards the hairpin we go on lap 2. They go 3 wide up ahead. That's Webber. Can you believe it? Championship leader Mark Webber, who's leading the championship by, what, 50 points? Has got damage. He's going to lose positions here. He's going to have to pit at the end of this lap. This is so dangerous. We can't make it. Okay, can I go to the outside of Webber? Yes, that works. And we've overtaken Maldonado in the process, so ahead of my rival. And there's a driver off there. That's Räikkönen. Räikkönen's gone wide. We're not even 2 laps into this race. We're up to 12th. Heavy rain in 15 minutes time. So I think the wet tyres will be needed at some point. Räikkönen, after his mistake, he's right behind me. He's not made it past me, though. Räikkönen's got a great run here. He's going to go up the inside into the chicane. Good move there from the Iceman. And then slows down as he reaches the apex, as the AI often do. And I got a warning for that. Brilliant. It's Hamilton leading the way ahead of Vettel and Alonso completing the top 3 as it stands. We are 10% of the way through this race, about 10 minutes away from heavy rain. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yep. The Hulkenberg's gone. I was completely bamboozled by that, as you could see from my reaction. What the heck was that? It just absolutely sent it. It went miles off the circuit. That bollard is still at turn 1. The marshals are just refusing to move it. Sort of like a staple of turn 1 now. You know you're at turn 1 when there's a half-broken bollard on the floor. 6 seconds to Ricciardo. If we didn't have the incident with Hulkenberg, maybe it would have been 4 seconds to Ricciardo. I've lost a few seconds here and there, but I'm not that much slower than him. Webber now the car behind me. After his pit stop, he's already onto the back of me. How high can he climb? Raikkonen, who overtook me, he's got past Ricciardo. He's ow! That bollard wasn't made out of bloody steel. That's the state of the tyres after 11.5 laps. We're still a few minutes away from the heavy rain, so we won't be seeing the wet tyres for at least another 7 or 8 laps, I don't think. And there goes Webber, looking to my inside. Under braking, he takes the place. Times are starting to get slower. I think the rain is intensifying a little bit. As Webber's made a little mistake there, I think, trying to overtake Ricciardo. So he's only still a handful of seconds in front. Well, we've been comfortably quick on the inters. I hope we're still the same on the wets. We're skating around here now. Yeah, the tyres are cold. I think it's the crossover point. We're going to bring the car in here for the wet tyres. That's what the engineer suggests as well, as it is chucky it down here. Lots of standing water around. The tyres are freezing cold. As Hulkenberg follows me into the pits. A couple other drivers in front of me in as well. On go the wet tyres. A 3.1 second stop, as is the custom here this season. We're going to rejoin in 14th place. I think the top 10 stayed out for an extra lap, so they might lose quite a bit of time on this current lap. After the switch to wet, it is Vettel in the lead ahead of Hamilton. Hamilton's teammate Rosberg in 3rd, and Alonso slipped out of the top 3 into 4th place. I'm taking a few tenths out of Ricciardo each lap, and Hulkenberg's sort of pushing me along. He's right behind me, but he's not making any moves. Well, he's making a move now. Hulkenberg looking to the inside, and then thinks better of it, and he stays behind. Unlike Spain, we actually do have pace in both the intermediate and wet conditions, which is nice to see. Gap continues to come down to Ricciardo. It's 6.8 now. We've got blue flags for the race leader, Sebastian Vettel, on course to win his home Grand Prix. A driver who's been underperforming all season long. Go on, mate. That's blue flags. You take that place. So it only took 24 or 25 laps for the race leader to do that. I might finish 2 laps down by the end. Oh boy. Oh no. A little dip into the gravel there. Still ahead of Hulkenberg. Almost side by side on the exit of the hairpin. It was just a lock up that ran me wide. Not as bad as what happened in Monaco. I'll never forget that moment. About to hit half race distance. We still have the full catalogue of cars in the race. Charles Pique's last. I've just lapped him. I'm about to put a lap on my teammate Bianchi. It seems every single race I'm lapping my teammate. And people rate this guy. Come on, if you rate this guy, oh, he's tipped for Ferrari, then I must be tipped for, I don't know, a minimum 5 world championships. Vettel must be so far ahead of second place Hamilton. Because Vettel lapped me, what, about 6 laps ago? Still no sign of Hamilton. That's the state of the tyres. We put these on, I think, about lap 16 or 15. I'm going to try and get to about lap 38 before boxing again. Then maybe we can put the wets on to the end of the race. The driver coming out the pits. Is that Vettel? Or is that Webber? That's Webber. Into turn 1. Almost clashes into his rival in the championship, Hamilton, who's put a lap on him. Webber, that's a strange lap to pit. I suppose his tyres must have been more worn because he's going, you know, quicker than me. Oh, here comes Hulkenberg. Challenging to the inside. Side by side under braking. Who wants the position? I've ran wide. Straight across the curb. And I've still got the place. Lap 37 is the lap I'll pit, so I need to do 2 more laps. The tyres are very, very worn, but I'm sure they'll hold on. Unfortunately, the pursuit of Ricciardo was halted. I was matching his pace, slightly bringing the gap down. It got under 7 seconds at one point. And then we had the blue flags, and that sort of destroyed that. It's time for our second and final stop of the day, hopefully. into the pits we go on lap 37. From 14th place, does Hulkenberg stay out? No, he doesn't. He follows me in, so it's a race in the pit lane. Right, come on, team. We want that 3.0. 3.1, that'll do. We're still ahead of Hulkenberg. Happy days. Me rejoining the place I was in before the pit stop in 14th. Over the past few years, the Nurburgring GP layout has become one of my favourite circuits in the world. And it would have even been better if they didn't change the first sector. The old first sector with the right-left chicane for sector turn 1. Beautiful. And then they changed it. Not as good. But I love the rest of the lap, so it's okay. Ricciardo's somehow 22 seconds clear of me, so he must have really put the hammer down after the blue flags. He's had his pit stop as well. Despite all the rain, it's a very static race. Not much happening. Vettel still leads, Rosberg and Hamilton, or Hamilton-Rosberg, second and third. Alonso fourth, he's just lapped me, as we are now on lap 40 out of 60, so 2/3 of the way through this Grand Prix. I'm guessing this video is not that long. Not like the Monaco video, which was, what, 26 minutes long? I'm guessing this one's much shorter, because nothing really has happened since about lap 5. We have Perez having a typically Perez-type day. Started down in 10th. He is running in 5th place right now. De Resta, starting in 12th, is currently 7th. So those are the standout drivers outside the podium, but inside the points. 15 minutes until light rain, so that will be before the end of the race. We might actually see the switch back to intermediates. One thing's for sure, we are faster than a load of the midfielders today. Both Williams are behind me, and that's on pace. I've been harassed by Hulkenberg for most of the race. He did send it on me once, didn't he, and went straight off the track. But he's in a Sauber, and Hulkenberg's been great this season, so that's to be expected that he's quicker than me. Yellow flag in sector 2. I think somebody's off at, whatever the S's are called. What are they called? The Schumacher S's? Yeah, somebody's definitely off there. Or past the Schumacher S's. The S after that. It's green now. I've no idea who it was. Oh, here comes Hulkenberg. He's got a good run here. Under braking. I think I can hold it around the outside and keep it on the track this time in defence. We've got less than 15 laps to go. Maldonado's joined the fun, the train, the early train, with only 2 passengers today. The AI getting quicker. Much quicker than I am now at this stage of the race. Ricciardo pulling away from me seconds a lap. I've been hit, I think. Somebody's been hit by somebody else. I think Maldonado ran into Hulkenberg under braking. He's lost half his front wing. Another update is Rosberg is ahead of Hamilton, so it is a German 1-2 at the German Grand Prix. I'd like to think I'm almost single-handedly responsible for halting Hulkmania, in this race at least. I'm sure the German crowd are expecting maybe a 3rd podium of the season for Hulkenberg. No. How about P15? Try 15th place. And Hulkenberg, maybe his final attack at the end of this race. He goes up the inside into the chicane again. And once more, he cannot pull it off. Goes to the outside this time, and under braking, he just brings his Sauber slightly ahead of my Marussia, but with that inside line, I can defend quite easily. I can't believe Vettel just decided to turn up today in front of his home crowd. He's been nowhere all season, and then here we are at the Nurburgring, and he's, what, 40 seconds clear of his nearest challenger? We've finally seen a retirement. It's Paul de Resta, who was inside the top 10, comfortably inside the top 10. He's retired late on. So we have 2 laps to go because we're 2 laps down. And the engineer seems to think intermediate conditions now. But it's too late to change. I did say that when it was intermediates to wets in Monaco. I said it's too late to change. I'll hold on. It's only 1 lap. And I did crash. That felt like such a long race with not much happening since about lap 5. But we exit the final corner for the final time to finish in a very solid 13th place. Good job. Vettel finally gets his act together this season and wins by 17 seconds ahead of Nico Rosberg, making it a German 1-2 in front of the German fans. Lewis Hamilton is the second Mercedes. He finishes in 3rd ahead of Alonso. Sergio Perez started 10th, finishes in 5th. Then we have Romain Grosjean ahead of his teammate Raikkonen, who made a mistake early on. Massa, Button and Mark Webber in the points. Webber, of course, losing a front wing, I think on lap 1 or lap 2. So that was a recovery drive for the championship leader. Suttel and Ricciardo missing out on points. Suttel, that's his home Grand Prix, of course. Early ahead of another German, Hulkenberg. Past Maldonado 15th. Then we have Gutierrez, Bottas, Jean-Eric Verne and the drivers at the back. Marussia's Jules Bianchi ahead of both Caterham's of Peak and Van der Garde, with Paul di Resta retiring late on. Webber's lead is cut by 14 points. Hamilton within 36 points now. Rosberg has moved up to 3rd place in the championship, which means Raikkonen has slipped to 4th. Fernando Alonso almost scoring 100 points this year. And Vettel's result today jumps him up above Sergio Perez and into 6th place. Hulkenberg on a bad run of form at the moment, not scoring in the past 2 rounds. The second half of the championship looks like that. I think everything has remained the same down in that area of the championship standings. Onto the constructors. It is Red Bull leading Mercedes by just 8 points now. The gap has come down with the Mercedes double podium today. Lotus only 13 points clear of Ferrari in the battle for 3rd. Hamilton? Why did I say Hamilton? McLaren comfortably in 5th place ahead of Sauber, Force India, Toro Rosso, Williams, Marussia and Caterham. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you'd like to watch these videos earlier, check out channel memberships and like and subscribe. Yes, celebration time, guys. Brilliant stuff. Goodbye.